this video, we will answer a poor Muhammadan who is claiming that Jesus said in the Bible, in chapter 17 of the book of John, that he is not God. Jesus said in the Bible, in chapter 17 of the book of John, that he is not God.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. You see, CPIG is saying that it's going to answer John chapter 17 verse 3 from the Bible, where Jesus says, "You are the only true God." Now we are going to see.
I understand you are very frustrated as a Muhammadan, and the answer for you, my friend, if you have a little dignity, is in the same chapter. If you go in the book of John, you will find this, the same chapter you mentioned.
Oh, so you are indirectly saying that John chapter 17 verse 3 says that Jesus is not God, and the other verse says that Jesus is God? Let us see.
Jesus, he made it clearly that he is God's son, and he said, I'm quoting the same chapter.
God's son. You know, there are many people in the Bible that are called sons of God in the Bible. You know, many of them. Like Jeremiah chapter 31 verse 9, Ephraim is called the first son of God. Ezra chapter 4 verse 22, Israel is called the first son of God. You know, Hebrews chapter 7 verse 1 to 3, Melchizedek is called the son of God. John 20:17, Mary Magdalene is called the daughter of God, and so forth and so forth. Many places in the Bible. So son of God does not mean God according to the Bible.
So you are asking me to read, and we will read the same verse. It says here, Father, my Father, the hour has come, glorify your Son, that your Son may glorify you. So
you see, glorify your Son, that your Son may. I thought a Christian priest says that may means that he is not sure. Yeah, so Jesus is not sure whether he will glorify his God. According to CPIG, look at it. So that your Son may. Look at it here. So that your Son may.
you will notice here that God do not glorify human being.
What?
But God
does not glorify human being? Are you serious?
Glorify the Son.
Let us see. God does not glorify human being. Let us go there. See pig. Psalm chapter 8 verse 5. You have made him a little lower than the angels and crowned him with glory and honor. So see pig, light again, and if you go to this verse, you will see that the glory that was given unto Jesus gave it to the disciples. John chapter 17 verse 22. I have given them the glory that you gave me, that they may be one as we are one. You see it? So the glory that was given unto Jesus, it was given for Jesus to give it to the disciples. So the disciples are God, according to CPG.
As your prophet, and obviously you're ignorant like him. And here it says, I have glorified you in earth, and I have accomplished the work you have given to me to do. So the Son?
Yes, Jesus glorified God by finishing the work which God gave him to do. Simple.
Was sent by the Father, and that's what the Christians believe.
Wait, who is the Father that sent? What? So the Father is the one that sent, according to you. So Jesus is not God again. And here, why did you still ignore John chapter 17 verse 3? You know, look at it here. CPIC, ignore it. That they should know you, for you are the only true God, the God of the truth. You see? So the same thing, CPIC didn't answer the question, rather he ran away from the verse.
Now glorify me, my Father, in union with yourself, in that glory which I had in union with you before the universe was. And you are asking me to read a verse in the Bible that says that Jesus is not God?
See, you are playing fast and loose with these manuscripts. You translate them as you like.
It's so apparent and so clear.
How come? How come? What games are you people playing?
Not in the next verse, I think it's the verse after it's verse 5, not the next verse. John 17:5, regarding the glory that I had with you before the world began. if Dr. White takes the statements of Jesus back in the Jewish context, as Anthony Buzzard in his book has rightly pointed out, that is speaking about Jews speaking about the decrees of God. For example, if God has told you by revelation that you're promised a place in heaven, a Jew can say to God, give me that place in heaven that of God. For example, if God has told you by revelation that you're promised a place in heaven, a Jew can say to God, give me that place in heaven that was with me before the earth began. It's talking about God's decree. Not only that, to further prove this point, Raymond Brown points out, Brown may be called a liberal according to Dr. White, but the manuscript that Raymond Brown speaks about is not a liberal manuscript. There's a variant reading in this which doesn't say, which I had before the world began. It says the glory that was with you before the world began.
Does exist, and he is in union with the Father. That is a very foolish argument. And then if we go to John 5, you will see that the Jews, they wanted to kill Jesus, not because only he broke the Sabbath, well, he is God, he is the God of the Sabbath, but because he said that God is his Father.
Oh,
and
God is his Father. That's the reason why he's God. But the Jews themselves believe that they are the sons of God. So this verse is just a fabrication. The Jews tried to kill Jesus because he said he was the Son of God. But the Jews themselves, they believe that they are the sons of God. What a stupid logic.
Was making himself equal with God.
If someone says that he's the Son of God, is making himself equal with God, then we have unlimited gods in the Bible then.
So my friend, you're ignorant. Don't learn Christianity from Muhammad. You're a prophet.
And if you go right now, you discover that Jesus called the Jews as gods. This is the Gospel of John chapter 10 verse 34. And Jesus answered them, is it not written in your laws, I said you are God? So who is God now? The Jews are God. All of them, they are gods.
That Mary is God.
So Mary, Catholic don't worship Mary according to you.
Jesus is Allah.
Wait,
And when
Christians don't worship Mary and Jesus? Are you serious? You know who those are? They are not worshiping Mary. Are you serious, CPig?
So when Muhammad and he tried, he failed.
Who fell? You are the one that you run away from the verse and you will say it failed. Are you serious, CPig?
He's a prophet. Islam is a failure.
No, Christianity is a failure. Bible is a failure. Look at it here. You run away from it. Why don't you not read it? Why don't you read it? Someone quote to you John chapter 17 verse 3, but you run away from it to another verse. But yet those verses didn't say Jesus is God. Why didn't you read John 17:3? So you are the failure, CPig. Now this is life internal, that they know you the only through God. So you are the only through God according to Jesus. CPig exposed again.
In this video, we will answer a poor Mohammedan who is claiming that Jesus said in the Bible, in chapter 17 of the book of John, that he is not God.
Y la encontré porque te estaba